If you just got out of a toxic relationship and now you're trying to get back on your feet, trying to improve your health, and you just don't know where to start, this video can give you a step-by-step process to get back on track. In case you guys don't know me, my name is Albert Sloss. I'm the owner of One Shot. We're an online company that services thousands of busy professionals all over the world. We're just here to give a whole bunch of free content to hopefully change the lives of more people. We all get into some form of a toxic relationship, and we come out of that relationship just beat down. We feel like we're nothing, and that's how it feels, right? It feels very lonely, it feels very confusing, and you're trying to recover from that, and now you're wanting to improve your health. And there's a lot of steps that have to be taken in order for this entire full transformation and recovery to happen coming out of a toxic relationship. And I think we've all been there to some one way or another, and we get to a point that we're trying to improve our physical health. The thing is that before you're able to improve your physical health, we have to first work on our mental health, because our mindset, our mental health is the core of our being. Aside from our physical self, the first practices that we have to start doing is that we have to start practicing self-love. And that self-love really does come from us doing things for ourselves, because we went so many years in this toxic relationship pouring ourselves out into someone else, and now we're left with nothing. Our cup is completely empty, and we have to figure out, how do I fill this cup back up? This comes from being alone, having time to yourself, to regroup, to think things through, to really understand why and what happened, because I think everyone needs that sense of closure. You know, we want to first start doing things for ourselves that we would never do in the past. So think about everything that you wanted to do when you were in that relationship and you just didn't do. Maybe it was traveling to another country. Maybe it was going out for a walk at a park. Maybe it was sitting down and just reading a book. Maybe it was skydiving, something really extreme, or maybe it was something as simple as riding a bike. Things like that we have to do. And when you start doing those things, you're not gonna feel great immediately the next day. It's gonna take time. You just have to go through the motions. We just have to go through the motions of doing it every single day, things that are for us. And over time, those things start compounding more and more and more. So the first thing is that we have to start doing things for ourselves. We have to start investing in ourselves. And when I say investing in ourselves, meaning that we need to invest in our self-care. Go get a massage, go get a facial, a manicure, a pedicure, work with a coach, you know, even a mental health coach, a fitness and wellness coach, health coach. We want to work with people who could get us on the backtrack, because the second thing that we have to have in place is we need a good support system. We need a good support system, and a support system are people who are helping us to be on the track of recovery. And here's the difference between having a support system and distractions, because a lot of times we end up having distractions. You could have friends who are there to support you, but are they really there to support you, or are they there to take you out partying and drinking and just distracting you from what you really feel? On the other side, you have a good support system of people who are making you come to terms with what you're feeling, allowing you to express yourself and how you feel, allowing you to be heard, someone to guide you in the right progress, right? Like in the right direction of healing. Within that, we need to have a good support system in place. And the support system can come from many places, but we need to have that support system, and we have to know what is the right support system for us, because somebody who's just taking you out partying and drinking or doing drugs is not a support system. We need to have that in place, because that support system is all going to feed into your mental health. This is one of the most underestimated things when it comes to health and fitness, because you could have the rocking body that you want, but if your mindset is shit and you don't feel good, what use is that? Like having this amazing body, but you still hate yourself and you're still miserable and depressed on the inside. Like, it's just not going to serve you well. So we have to have that support system to keep us on the right mindset and the right headset. And you may not have that right now, but sometimes it takes going out and finding it. Finding a tribe of people who are on the same direction, on the same path, finding a sense of community of people doing the same thing that you're doing. We have to absolutely have that, because that toxic relationship is going to boomerang and it's going to come back. And you have to be strong enough in order to say, no, I'm not going to fall into that trap again. I need to stay strong and continue on my journey in improving my mental health. Now, the third thing, we need to start reading books. Gotta start reading books on self-help, self-improvement. We need to start feeding our mind, because we went so many years not feeding our mind at all, and now our cup, our brain is empty, soul is empty. We gotta start filling that empty cup. Now you're capable of taking in new information, new knowledge, new philosophies, new mindsets, new beliefs, and start filling your cup. The books that you should be reading are books on mindfulness. We need to start becoming more aware. Books on spirituality. We need to have some type of spiritual belief on this journey of healing. We want to read books on self-improvement, self-help, whether it's Tony Robbins or anybody else within that realm. Like, we need to read books like that, and we got to make it a daily practice. We wake up, we have a morning routine, we read, and we make time to do it. As busy as you are, because you're probably a busy professional, you got to give yourself that time to be able to do that, because that's the actual exercise needed for mental health that very few people actually do. So we got to be reading books like that. And I'll put some ideas of books that have helped me personally in the past to overcome a lot of these things, and hopefully they could do you guys well. But we got to start feeding our mind, okay? And we just got to go through the motions, and don't rush this process, and do not get involved into another relationship. Do not rush that. Do you need this time to you? Because it's so easy and tempting to want to distract yourself with someone else, when in fact that's the worst thing that you could do, because your cup is empty. You have nothing to offer anybody right now. So you're going to end up in the same position as you were with the wrong person, and you're going to end up either hurting the other person or hurting yourself. That's what we don't want to do. We need to get on the path of healing our mind, focusing on mental health. We can then start getting in the rhythm of getting with our physical health. And within your physical health, this is something you could already start implementing already within your mental health. And sometimes all that is having a morning routine and dedicating 10 minutes to go out for a walk outside, preferably where there's trees and nature. Sometimes we have to get grounded and connect back with nature in order for us to feel a sense of certainty and security. We need to do that. Exercise, fitness does not have to be that complicated, especially when we're trying to heal ourselves. A walk is the most therapeutic fat loss type of exercise that you could actually do. So I hope you guys found this useful. There's obviously a lot more that goes into this. Those are just 3 simple things of things that you could actually start implementing. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, give us feedback in the comments, so hopefully we could make the next videos better for you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.